everyone, this is Patrice from My Embellished Life. Welcome back to my channel where I show you guys all of my soul shenanigans and whatever else tickles my fancy. Thank you so much for stopping by and deciding to embark on this incredible journey with me. Okay guys, I have sort of a problem. I don't think it's a big problem, but it could be a problem nonetheless. This is my birthday week. My birthday is on Good Friday. And I should be sewing up something for my birthday, but I'm not motivated to do it, to be honest. I have so many plans and ideas in my head, particularly for my birthday, and I'm not motivated to sew anything for my birthday. Can you believe it? Am I disappointed? Not really. I am not disappointed at all, I do have some birthday plans. So I said, you know what, Pat, there's clothes in your wardrobe. Some of them are brand new, tags still on. Let's just go through the wardrobe and we keep it pushing. Because if I force myself to sew it up, my sojo is going to crash and then you might not see anything from me until September. So I'm like, you know what, Pat, let's just go with something else. What do you want to sew up right now? And so I went into my stash, tried to get a feel of what it is. I don't want anything too complicated, just something that will just, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm talking about. So I had this top that I was toying for a while on sewing up, and I think this is the time to do it, and there's a reason for that as well. So with this, sew with me, I'm going to do McCall's 8287. Yes, this top, and I'm going to do view A. Okay, view A, it's sleeveless, it's a square top, it's easy to sew. And I think I'm going to do this. Now, this pattern has 4 pattern pieces. There's the front, the back, and 2 neck facings. Oh, God, I hate facings. But we're going to do it for this top. And the reason why I am interested in doing this top, mainly because I'm doing a lot of work with PDF patterns this year. And I have to do adjustments. And sadly, I haven't found a way to translate the pivot and slide method to indie patterns. So I'm like, okay, Pat, I have this idea of whether I can use my high bust measurement and then make the adjustments from there, the pivot and slide adjustments from there, and see how that works. And if that works, I'm going to transfer that to my indie patterns. So that's one reason I'm going to do this top. The other reason, I just think I like the top. It's a top that can be very versatile depending on the material that you use to make it with. And I anticipate it being a staple top in my wardrobe. Now, I'm the type of person, I don't like a lot of fuss when I'm dressing. So I like one pieces, dresses, rompers, jumpsuit. Those are my jams, But you need separates. I need separates in my wardrobe as well. So I said this year I have to pay particular attention to the separates in my wardrobe. So of course with this top, I have a separate in mind that I want to match it with, and let me tell you what it is. It is Vogue 9008, which is a short pants pattern, and it has multiple lengths. So I'm thinking of doing view F, which is a wider leg. And so this is what I have in mind to match with this. When I want to put it together. But, they can mix and match with other pieces as well. In terms of the fabric, I'm so excited for this fabric, you guys, because I bought it a few years ago from Fabric Mart. Absolutely love it. And let me show you guys. Beautiful. It's the Caribbean blue, crimson plain, golden rod, cotton polyester horizontal stripe. So it's a cotton polyester blend, but it has the feel of denim. This is why I like this pattern, this fabric. It has the feel of a denim, one of my denims. And so originally I was going to use it for, you know, some sort of blazer. But I'm like, Pat, you don't wear blazers like that. Even though I told myself I do have to put some in my wardrobe. But I said, you know what, Pat, I think this would be beautiful for the top that you're gonna make today. So the top, like I said, is 4 pieces that are already cut out. I haven't used much of the fabric, so I still have quite a few left over. So this vest, I think I'm going to take out one of my denim jacket patterns and dedicate all of this to that. So I'm super excited. So this is what I'm going to use for the top. So we're just going to go ahead and get this sew with me started. I've already cut out the fabric and I'm going to go to the table to show you guys the adjustments that I've made because I didn't do it on camera. So let's get into it. But before we start, let's get this disclaimer out. This is no way, shape, or form a tutorial for McCall's 8287. No, it is not. This is just a video with all of my sewing shenanigans. Now, with that out of the way, let's get started with this sew with me. Alright guys, so this is the front pattern piece for McCall's 8287. And like I've already said, I've already done the adjustments. So I'm just gonna tell you quick what I've done and hopefully it works out. Like I said before, trying to see if using my high bust measurements and then using the pivot and slide works. However, I must say that my high bust measurements would have taken me to a size 14. I don't have the smaller size. I have size 16. So I just use size 16 and we're going to hope for the best. You know what? I think I should have done a mock-up, but then shenanigans wouldn't happen. Sometimes you just have to live on the edge. We're going to pray that it works. So I've used those measurements and then I've done my calculations for, you know, the extra addition that I need to do around the shoulders and around the bust and the waist so that it fits. And also I did a slope shoulder adjustment, so I went in at the shoulders a 1/4 inch for both the front and the back piece. So this is the front piece and then this is the back piece. So like I said, I've done the 1/4 inch for the shoulder adjustment and then I did the necessary adjustments as well. So that is what I did in terms of adjustments. I do intend to sew up at the regular 5/8 seam allowance. So we're gonna start. So the first step in this top is to apply the interfacings to the facings. Blah. You guys know my story with interfacing, so I'm gonna skip that step and then I'm gonna go back to it when I know that I cannot escape the inevitable. So I'm just gonna go ahead and insert the dots. There are 4 dots on the front and 4 on the back, so the breast dots and the front dots that I have to do. So I'm going to insert those and then we're going to go on to the side seams, the shoulder seams. There is a zipper. There's a zipper at one of the sides. So yeah. So 2 things that I don't enjoy doing that I have to do for this top: inserting a zipper and dealing with facings. But I shall persevere nonetheless. So let me go ahead and get the zipper, not the zipper, the darts. Let me go ahead and get it sorted. Alright guys, so this is what I've got so far. So I went ahead after I stitched up the dots and I attached the arms, attached the side, and also I put in the invisible zipper. Now before I go and tend to the inevitable, which is in applying the interfacing to the neck facings and attaching it, I'm going to try on this bad boy and see how it fits. So here goes. Okay guys, so this is what we have so far and I'm absolutely pleased with it. You know what, children are outside playing. I don't know if you can hear the screams. I don't know what they ate for lunch today, but yeah, they're happy. Oh my goodness. So yes, this is what we have so far. And I'm loving it. You know, my neckline is flat so far. And here's the back. The back is also flat. Yeah. And in terms of the spacing in the arms, yeah, there's not as much spacing. I can live with that. On this side, because the zipper isn't up to the top, there's an opening, so that's where you have that little space there. So once that is fixed, that side should be sorted as well. Yeah, but I'm happy. I'm so happy with this top. So I'm just going to finish it off. Oh my goodness, the time has come. The time has come for me to do this interfacing and apply the faces. Sweet Jesus. Anyway. Yeah, so I'm just going to do that, and then after that, it's just a matter of doing the hemming, and I am finished with this top. So while the sun is still shining this Sunday afternoon, let me finish everything. Okay guys, so it's sometime Sunday night. I know, I took some time off to do some random things, and now I'm back here. So what I've done, I've gone ahead. Did I tell you all whether or not I inserted a zipper? I'm not sure, but I inserted a zipper. Yes, so the zipper is inserted. I went ahead and I hemmed the bottom. I also went ahead and I inserted the bias binding in the armhole. So the only thing that is left for me to do is this godforsaken facing. So I went ahead, put in the interfacings, and I've stitched, not stitched, but I've pinned the facing to the neckline. So far, so good. Now, let's see what happens when I stitch everything together. Yes, so the top is completed, and I am absolutely pleased with everything. Let me just take a turn for you guys. Yes, 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 yes. I love it. My neckline, there's no puckering, there's no gaping in my shoulders. The one thing I must say is that in the inner corners of the shoulders, You can see that it's slightly raised on each end, and it doesn't have anything to do with the adjustments. You guys know that is it so with me for my lady dress, I talked about my serger behaving like a plum fool, and I still haven't taken it to get checked out. So, and this fabric weighs like the dickens. I'm just saying. So with the bulk and the frizz and everything, the sergeant in the shoulder went kind of awry. So there's a little more bulk than I want in it. So it resulted in, the inner size just being lifted. But I can work with it. I can definitely work with it. This top, I am going to definitely make it a part of my work wardrobe. Absolutely loving it. So the top is completed, and let's just go back and let me give you all my final thoughts about this top. What are my final thoughts about McCall's 8287? I love this top. 4 pattern pieces, minimal shenanigans, love it. Listen, this is the first time that I can remember that I've done an outfit, inserted a zipper the first time, perfect, and there was no shenanigans with my facing. Everything just went zoop, 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 zoop. It was a breeze. I was able to complete this top in one evening, which is a plus for me. Definitely love this top. I would call my experiment using my high bust measurements with the pivot and slide, I would definitely call it a success for me, and I can't wait to transfer that technique to my indie patterns and see how that works out. So yeah. I am super, super, super excited. I've told you guys this is my birthday week, and I just don't feel like sewing any sorts of birthday outfits, even though the idea is there. I just want to try other things, and that is what we're gonna do. But in terms of McCall's 8287, this is definitely, most definitely a keeper, and I can see this being paired with so many other types of skirts and trousers. This is definitely going to be a part of my work wardrobe. But you know what? I can actually see this with a wide leg white trouser. Yeah. Yes, I know at the beginning I had the Vogue in mind for the shorts pattern, but I'm definitely pivoting. I'm definitely pivoting, and I'm thinking on pairing this with a longer trouser, or even a pencil skirt. I don't know. I'll figure it out, but this is definitely a keeper. I do intend on making more of this top. Super, super excited. So I will definitely recommend you guys trying out this top. If you haven't, look, the months are getting warmer. Where I am in the Caribbean, it is hot as hell, and it's not even summer yet. So this is perfect for me, and I love it. Definitely love it. So I hope you guys get this pattern if you haven't already, and sew it up and make this a part of your wardrobe. You will not forget it. Super easy, not a lot of mental space. Trust me on this. Oh gosh, thank you so, so, so much for stopping by today and spending some time with me and just being a part of all of my sewing shenanigans. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you find this video highly entertaining and you want to come back for more. And while you're at it, don't forget to click that notification bell as well. Yes, guys, I'm out of here. I have some more experimentation that I want to mess with, and yeah, you know how we get when the wheels in our heads are turning. So I'm off again to my creative space and conjure up whatever. But until then, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Think lovely thoughts, keep on smiling, and always remember to make beautiful and wonderful things. All right, lovies, I'm out of here. Bye.